Thanks for logging on to fox4now.com. I'm meteorologist Jamie Kagol, and here's a look at the day part forecast. As we get into the afternoon, well, we've been shedding the cloud cover from this morning. We'll have a partly sunny sky. There will still be a bit of a breeze out there, though, from the north and northeast, 10 to 15, gusting to 20, and temperatures just getting into the 50s. And a breeze on top of that, certainly making it feel a little cooler than 50 degrees outside. 56 by the 5 o'clock hour. That's closer to your average low this time of year. The clouds starting to return and still a little bit of a breeze out there. Taking a look at the satellite loop, we've had the breaks in the clouds come in our direction. Should enjoy some sunshine this afternoon, and that pops those temperatures up to about the middle 50s. We may see some low 50s as you talk about places like Port Charlotte or Arcadia, getting a little closer to 60 down into coastal Collier County. And we're talking about daytime highs hovering mostly into the middle 50s as we just saw on that graphic there. Some afternoon sunshine, breezy and cold, that wind 10 to 20, and that's going to put a little bite to those temperatures. Should return to the lower half of the 40s overnight, and then mostly cloudy skies. Still breezy, still cold outside. Where it's really cold, well, that'd be the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes area, where they woke up to wind chills a little closer to minus 40. And the big reason why we have all this cold air through the eastern half of the country is this polar vortex. You're going to hear a lot about this polar vortex. Basically, what you're talking about is a large low pressure system that usually sits a little closer to the North Pole, hence the name polar. Well, what it's done is dropped south, and it's been situated over much of Canada for a while now. And those winds wrapped around this low just draw in that cold, cold polar air, bringing it all the way from Siberia, the North Pole, and push it right into the U.S. And that is why we have seen such bitterly cold temperatures, coldest temperatures we've seen since around the mid-90s across the northern part of the country. The good news is, as we get into the weekend, that polar vortex goes home. It returns north, and that will allow a lot more of that warmer air to return to the U.S. We'll see our temperatures climb all the way into the 80s as we get into the weekend. Your boating forecast, water temperature at 67 degrees. North winds becoming northeasterly, 15 to 25 knot seas, at about 3 to 7 feet. Those seas will be coming down later today, but the waters will be rough. The high tide 5:15 this morning, also 6 o'clock this evening. Low tide at 11 a.m. Sunrise 7:17, sunset at 5:51. Here's your Power of 4 zone forecast. We're talking about lows, upper 30s to mid 40s inland later tonight, but mid-50s will be quite common. Quite a bit of cloud cover today. Into the afternoon, the clouds start to break up, and then we see the cloud cover returning. It'll be mid to upper 50s for the harbor zone as well, and breezy. Mid-50s to near 60 degrees. To find a 60, though, you're headed towards Naples and Marco Island. And the beaches, well, what can you say, but it's going to be a cold day at the beach. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast and how quickly things change around here. Talking about chance of rain and a daytime high near 80 degrees after we started out today in the middle 40s. Overnight lows coming up into the 60s as well. And staying with the mid to upper 60s, it'll feel entirely different around here as we get into the weekend. Low to almost a mid 80. Mix of sun and clouds, partly to mostly cloudy skies over the weekend. Looking pretty good. And how quickly it changes. All right, just a reminder, you can always follow me on Facebook and get your weather online at Jamie Kagol Weather. Also follow me on Twitter and, of course, where you are right now, fox4now.com.